Okay, hello friends. I really appreciate you joining me here today. Today we will talking about oh my goodness. Today we will be talking about ditching the hustle, how to achieve success without the burnout. And as a little bonus, I am going to tell you how you can get a free printable. At the very end of this video, I have something for you. I've made something for you. The printable will help you stay on task week after week, helping you achieve your goals faster. So if you want a copy of that, be sure to stay till the end and see how you can get that. All right, let me see. I'm still trying to figure out the technology on this. Let's see. Is it going to go? There we go. Okay, let me move me down just a little bit. All right, so my promise to you is, this is what we're going to talk about today, how you can achieve your goals without burning out every few months. How you can make big strides in your business using my goal setting strategies without the end of month rush to get all the things done. And how you can have a thriving business without the hustle. I promise it is something achievable. Let me see if this is, are we going to go? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, here we go. There we go. All right, so this is what we're going to be learning about today. Secret number 1, why working in the nooks and crannies of your day is not helping. Secret number 2, how to work proactively in your business instead of reactively, instead of reacting to all the things and not getting anything done. Secret number 3, how to make purposeful progress and keep your energy and focus where you want it. Oh, it worked. So does this sound like you? Do you dream of being able to set down your phone for the weekend, but you're struggling with the feeling that you didn't get enough work done that week? Do you want to feel accomplished without having to exhaust yourself mentally, physically, or emotionally? Are you tired of feeling overwhelmed while other people around you seem to be succeeding? Do you have a vision of your dream business, but you keep getting stuck because you burn out every few months? Want to know the truth? It's not your fault that you ended up here. The real problem is we've been sold this idea that we must hustle nonstop or we won't be successful. Some of us have seen amazing results with this mindset, that hustle mindset, but the outcome is usually met at the very end of it with feelings of burnout. Even worse is someone who has hustled so hard on their business and has seen 0 results from it, but still feel that burnout at the end. It's not sustainable. So before we begin, why should you listen to me? I've been exactly where you are, and I know how you feel. I wanted to create a thriving business to help support myself and my family, but struggled big time with life-work balance and got completely caught up in the hustle mindset and that never-ending hustle burnout cycle. So let's talk for a minute about the hustle mindset. First, the definition of hustle is to force someone to move hurriedly in a specified direction. It also means to obtain by forceful action or persuasion, a fraud, a swindle, a swindler. So being in a hustle mindset leaves you feeling exhausted mentally and emotionally. You feel pressured to get as much done as possible as soon as possible. It's a very high stakes energy and very motivation driven. And we all know that motivation does not always stick around, right? Motivation does not, like, it might last like 2 weeks. You feel very motivated, very ready to go, and then it kind of fizzles out. Hustle mindset is a game of luck. When you're in this mindset, you believe that your success happens outside of yourself, and it's all based on circumstances. It's a scarcity or lack mindset. Scarcity around your audience, around the business opportunity, around the timing, even your personal finances. Like that can drive that hustle mindset. It feels very hurried. You're very stressed out. It causes a lot of anxiety. You're always on the hunt for that next strategy that is going to get you what you want. And you're always looking for it, and you're like always trying new things. No one can operate at full throttle 100% of the time. I'm sure you can guess what happens after going full throttle nonstop. So for me personally, I ended up overwhelmed and exhausted every single time. Then I would enter that burnout phase where I just didn't want to do anything for a few months because I was so tired. And then eventually I would find my motivation again and go 100% full throttle, only to burn out again. So before learning the secrets I am going to share with you, I felt mentally and emotionally exhausted and struggled with boundaries around my life and business. After implementing these secrets I'm going to tell you, I had finally reached the work-life balance without sacrificing my mental health or giving up on my business goals. Ditching the hustle mindset is not easy. I will not tell you that life is perfect now because it is not. It is not. It's always that check and balance. But I've learned that there is a better way to that constant hustle burnout cycle. The path I took finally gave me the freedom to feel accomplished at the end of every day, the ability to put down my phone and ditch the guilt that I was not doing enough. My three biggest secrets. Today I'm going to be showing you how to achieve success without the burnout cycles that I went through. So, are you ready to get started? Let me take a little drink. All right, here we go. Now, you've probably heard these, but I want you to hear me out, okay? You're going to be like, oh, I've already heard these, but just trust me. Here we go. Secret number 1, set work hours for yourself. You've probably heard this before, maybe even tried it, but maybe you gave up. Before I give you my tips about setting work hours and how to stick with them, let's talk a minute about the number 1 mistake I see happening over and over. The number 1 mistake, working in the nooks and crannies of your day. Friends, it's not sustainable. This is not sustainable. And you might have, if you're in direct sales like I am, you might have been sold the idea that you can work your business in the nooks and crannies of your day. And I'm going to tell you why it's not sustainable. And it just, let's get into it. So according to a study by Dr. Joshua Rubinstein, Dr. Jeffrey Evans, and Dr. David Meyer, multitasking may seem more efficient on the surface, but it may take you more time in the end and produces more errors. And I have ADHD, friends, and let me tell you, when I try to work in, the nooks and crannies of my day and I'm trying to multitask, I make even more mistakes than, if I sit down and I'm just completely focused on one task at a time. So the lessons I've learned, multitasking and working a little here, a little there, will leave your brain feeling scattered. By the end of the day, you will feel mentally exhausted with no sense of accomplishment. It leaves no room for rest. You will always be working in a reactive state. And when you're working in a reactive state, it's going to cause you more anxiety. You're never going to feel like you got anything done. So here's some tips. Let me move myself out of the way. Put me over here. Number 1. Write out your work hours where you will see them. And I'm going to have something for you to help you do this. Number 2, set an alarm to go off 5 minutes before you're scheduled to work. You may also want to set reminders to stay on task. I need those reminders. And for your breaks, remember to take breaks. They are so important. Number 3, plan your work the day before or even a week at a time. but definitely the day before, plan what you're going to be doing the next day. At the end of your workday, write out what you want to accomplish the next day. And I messed this up again. Here we go. Number 4, if you fall out of your routine, because life happens, it does happen. And I get like this too. Mark a calendar on your day, or mark a day on your calendar, goodness, when you plan to pick up where you left off. Because it's okay. Life happens. It's gonna happen. Know that you are probably going to fall off track, but it's not the end. I don't want you to start this routine and then you're just going to fall off. So when you notice that you fell off, it's okay. Know that it's fine, but go to your calendar and write in when you are going to pick up your work hours again. Okay. Number 5, if your hours need to vary day to day or week to week, set timers for how long you'd like to work instead of having a specific time of day you start and stop. So let me get into this a little bit. So I told you I have ADHD. I am a homeschooling mom to 5 kids. I work from home. They're always home. Like my day varies day to day and week to week. I never know what's going to happen. It's just, I love to remain flexible. That's why I work from home. But it's like, I still need a schedule. So instead of having a set, like, okay, like 7 a.m., this is what I'm going to do. Like, instead of doing exactly that, I give myself an amount of time per task. So I will say, okay, I found some time in my day. I am going to work for an hour. So I set a timer. And at that time, when I'm setting that timer, I let my kids know, I let my husband know, hey, I'm going into my office. Nobody bother me until I come out, or I'll say like, I'm going to be in there for 1 hour. Nobody bother me. Nobody ask questions. Go ask your dad. If you need anything, so I can get that work done. And I know that I am not going to be doing, all the other things in between working. I hope that makes sense. If you need any more help on that, let me know. Because that's how I do it. Anyway, moving on to secret number 2. And this is going to help you set those work hours and know exactly what you're working on every day. Set quarterly goals so that you know what you're working towards. Because if you don't set your goals, it is very hard to plan out your week. And I just did a video on this. So if you need help setting your quarterly goals, I have it up on my YouTube channel. So mistake number 2, winging it. And I did this for so long, winging it. That's working reactively in your business instead of proactively and productively. When you are working reactively, you are reacting to the external events around you. Your environment and the people around you determine what you're working on. And before you know it, the week's over, you're no closer to your long-term goals. Lessons I've learned. Setting goals gives you a clear path to follow. Having an end goal for the week and month keeps your business moving forward. Goals help you work proactively instead of reactively. So when you're setting your goals, you know exactly what you need to accomplish in that week, and that helps you break it down daily. And that's going to help you figure out your work schedule and how many hours a week you're going to be putting towards your business. It all works together. So some tips. Set quarterly goals. Like I said, check out my video on quarterly goal setting. I just made one. Also in the Colorfully Social group, or if you're in my team, in the team group, I do have some worksheets in there for you that you can print out. Make sure that you are setting SMART goals. SMART goals are specific, measurable and meaningful, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. Break down your quarterly goal into monthly goals and then weekly goals. And then from weekly, you can break it down into a daily action plan. Look over your weekly work hours you've set and determine what you will be able to reasonably accomplish. Sometimes we get it in our heads where we set these big, huge goals for ourselves and we're like, we're going to get this done in a day. And then that doesn't happen because the goal is just way too big. So look over your schedule, look over what else you have going on in your life, because we all have busy lives. So what can you reasonably accomplish in that week? Schedule a day every week where you will plan out the week ahead. That is really going to help. Secret number 3, reflect and review regularly so that you can make purposeful progress and keep your energy and focus where you want it. Mistake number 3, not taking the time to review and reflect on your goals and not acknowledging the progress you've made. Our brains are wired to remember the negative because, our brain, back in the day, it was wired to keep us safe, right? When we do not take the time to reflect on the actual data and progress we're making, it's easier to tell ourselves the story that we are not making progress, that we're not doing that great, because you only remember the bad parts of your month or the bad parts of your week or year or whatever it is. But when we reflect and we actually look at, our actual progress, the actual numbers, you might be surprised to see that you actually did so much better. So lessons I've learned: reflecting on your goals and progress gives you a sense of purpose and progress. When you reflect on the goals you haven't achieved, don't worry about it. Don't beat yourself up, because you're then able to identify why you didn't achieve those goals and you can make changes moving forward. Reflecting helps give you a starting point for your next set of goals. So here's some tips. Review your goals monthly and ask yourself if you are where you wanted to be. Reflect on your progress at the end of the month. How are you feeling about these goals you've set? Readjust your goals and action steps as needed. Because sometimes I have set goals for myself and I'm moving along, and then I decide, you know what? I don't really want this goal anymore. So you can readjust as needed, but you can't do that if you're not reviewing and reflecting on your goals monthly. So here's what we covered today. Secret number 1, how to set work hours without working in the nooks and crannies of your day so that you can feel accomplished at the end of the day. Secret number 2, how to set goals so that you are no longer working reactively in your business. Secret number 3, how to reflect and review so that you can easily track your progress and celebrate your wins. So let me ask you a question. Are you ready to make this a hustle-free year? Are you ready? But maybe you're not sure if you can make it happen on your own. I totally get it, which is why I created something for you. This is not for you if your business is just a hobby, if you're okay with not reaching your goals, if you're happy to stay exactly where you are in your business. And some of you, it's just a hobby, and that's totally okay. But this is perfect for you if you're ready to take your business to the next level. If you're tired of hustling hard every month and seeing little to no results, or if you just need a little bit of direction. So I've created a Facebook group called Colorfully Social. If you're on my team already, you get all this stuff. You get all of it already. You do not need to join Colorfully Social. I provide free support, resources, and weekly training. I've just gotten started on it, but I plan to add more and more every week. So come and join us in there and ask questions. Grab my freebies, because you can see right here, I've created 3 different weekly planners for you. depending on, how your brain works, not everybody likes, the same layouts. So I gave you 3 different choices so that you can set your work hours and you can get started planning your week. I also have in the group, in Colorfully Social, I have the goal setting worksheet, the quarterly goal setting worksheet, the monthly goal setting worksheet. It's all in there. So come and join us. I would love to have you. I will put a link to the group in the description of this video. So come join us in there. So my vision for you, I hope that you leave here today and take action. Set those work hours, set those quarterly goals. I hope that you decide right now to ditch the hustle mindset and commit to building a sustainable business that brings joy to yourself and the people you serve. Thank you so much for watching. I will have something brand new for you next week. I hope this was helpful, and I totally missed the thing on the bottom that says website and name. Oh my goodness gracious. Anyway, have a great, fabulous rest of your week, and I will talk to you later. Bye, friends.